Beloved, chosen one, pause. Stop everything you're doing right now and breathe. Feel the stillness that is surrounding you, the quiet tug in your spirit. Heaven has just stepped into your timeline, and for this moment, everything has been placed on hold. This is not an accident, nor is it simply a coincidence that you are here reading these words. God, in His infinite wisdom, scheduled this very encounter long before you ever knew you would need it. From the moment you were created, your life was set on a divine trajectory, and now right here in this sacred moment, the fullness of that trajectory is coming into alignment. Heaven has orchestrated this pause for a reason. While the world around you may be filled with distractions, loud voices, urgent tasks, the constant rush of daily life, Heaven has been quietly whispering to you. You may not have always recognized it, but even in the noise, there has been a soft yet unmistakable pull in your heart, a whispering that something is about to shift. In the chaos, Heaven has been trying to get your attention. This moment, this pause, is no ordinary moment. It is a moment of divine significance, a moment set apart for you. Do you feel it? That stirring deep within, that quiet unease in your spirit, the feeling that something far bigger than yourself is about to unfold. You felt it in your heart, even though you couldn't fully understand why. The distractions, the frustrations, the unanswered questions, all of them were designed to bring you to this very moment. Every delay you faced, every frustration that has tested your patience, every door that seemed to close at the wrong time has been part of God's divine preparation for this specific moment. Now here you are, right on the edge of a divine revelation. It's important that you understand this timing is no random occurrence. You are standing at the threshold of something powerful, something divinely orchestrated. Before you can fully embrace what is to come, there is an instruction from heaven, and it is this: you must open your heart before 9:00 p.m. on December 26th. I know that may seem like a simple detail, but trust me when I say this time is sacred. This is not just another moment on the calendar. This specific time, this specific date, marks a pivotal moment in your spiritual journey. Heaven has carefully arranged this timing, aligning it with your divine purpose, and it is now your responsibility to respond. God's timing is perfect, and while the world might urge you to rush through this moment, to ignore the stillness, Heaven is calling you to stop and listen. Before 9:00 p.m. tonight, you must open your heart to receive what Heaven is about to release. What is coming is something you have been prepared for, something that has been quietly unfolding in the background of your life for quite some time. But now the time has come for you to take hold of it. God is calling you to move in divine alignment with His purpose, to step into the moment He has been orchestrating for you. This is not just a gentle invitation, it is a call to action. Heaven is urging you to respond, to open your heart to the divine flow that is coming your way. The shift that is about to occur is not just for your benefit, it is part of something much greater, a divine movement that will ripple through your life and the lives of others. But it all begins here in this moment when you decide to respond. There is an urgency to this divine invitation. It is not about rushing or forcing something to happen. Rather, it is about your willingness to trust, to surrender, and to receive what Heaven is offering you. God has been patiently waiting for you to align with His divine timing. Now the hour has arrived, and the invitation is open. This is the moment when you must step forward, ready to embrace the new season that awaits you. You may have questions. You may not yet fully understand what this moment will bring. But one thing is certain: when you open your heart and align with God's perfect timing, you will find peace. You will find the clarity that has eluded you. The waiting, the struggles, and the delays will all come into focus as part of the greater divine plan. So I invite you, chosen one, to embrace this moment. Do not let the distractions of the world steal your focus. This is your time to respond to God's call. Open your heart, trust in His divine timing, and prepare to receive the blessings, the alignment, and the transformation that is coming your way before 9:00 p.m. tonight. Heaven is waiting for your response, and when you open yourself to this divine flow, everything will begin to shift. The timing is sacred, and you are exactly where you need to be. Now it's time to step into your destiny. There's a stirring deep within you, isn't there? A quiet unease, a knowing that something monumental is on the horizon. For weeks, perhaps even longer, you've been sensing it. Even if you couldn't quite put your finger on it, you felt that subtle yet unmistakable pull. Something big is about to unfold. But why? You might have wondered why the pieces of your life haven't quite fit together as they should, or why you've been wrestling with uncertainty as if you're on the edge of a divine breakthrough, but don't yet see the full picture. Yet despite the confusion, your spirit has been telling you that this is not just another passing moment. No, this is something different. Heaven has been aligning everything in your life, and whether you're fully aware of it or not, you've been moving closer to this moment of transformation every single day. Perhaps it started with a series of recurring signs, numbers, dreams, words, or images that have been popping up in your life in the most uncanny ways. You may have brushed them off as mere coincidences or shrugged them away as just the randomness of life. But deep down, you've always known there was more to these experiences than meets the eye. The numbers that seem to follow you wherever you go, the strange coincidences that keep happening, the dreams that leave an imprint on your heart long after you wake. These are not just happenstances. These are divine signals carefully orchestrated and timed by heaven to prepare you for what is coming. The messages may have come in fleeting moments through conversations and flashes of inspiration, or even through scripture that suddenly resonates with new meaning. Whatever form they took, they were not random. Each sign was carefully planted, strategically placed along your path, leading you step by step toward this very hour. It's easy to overlook these signals in the rush of life, to dismiss them as trivial. But those of us who walk with God know that every detail matters. Every sign, every symbol, every moment of clarity, no matter how small, is part of a larger divine narrative. These seemingly insignificant occurrences are not mere coincidences. They are pieces of a divine puzzle meant to guide you toward the breakthrough you've been waiting for. The struggles, delays, and frustrations that have been part of your journey so far have not been in vain. They were all part of the preparation process, molding you, shaping you, and aligning you for this exact shift. The challenges you faced weren't meant to break you, they were meant to strengthen your faith and refine your spirit. Each disappointment, each unanswered prayer was a step closer to the divine moment of breakthrough. The struggles you endured served to prepare you for what you are about to receive. The delay you've been experiencing wasn't divine denial, it was divine timing. Perhaps you felt the weight of this divine timing for some time now. You've known that something was coming, something that would change the trajectory of your life. But the waiting has been long, and sometimes it has felt unbearable. Why the delays? Why the confusion? Why did things seem to happen at the wrong time? What you didn't know was that heaven was using those delays to recalibrate your spirit, to refine your understanding, to align you with God's perfect plan. In the waiting, your heart has been stretched, your patience tested, and your trust in God strengthened. And now at this moment, as the divine hour approaches, you are ready to step into the purpose and promise that has been prepared for you. Heaven has been whispering to you all along, quietly, softly, in ways that you might have missed. You may not have recognized it at first, but as you look back now, you can see how perfectly everything has aligned. The patterns, the signs, the synchronicities, they were all messages from heaven guiding you closer to your purpose. These whispers were not loud, They didn't demand attention, but they were powerful in their subtlety. Like a gentle breeze that stirs the leaves, heaven has been nudging you, calling you closer. At times, it may have seemed like you were walking alone, or that you couldn't hear God's voice amidst the noise of your life. But even in those quiet moments, heaven was there speaking through the patterns that only you could recognize. Heaven uses these subtle messages to prepare us for what lies ahead. It's easy to ignore these signs, especially when life feels overwhelming. But the more we pay attention, the more we begin to recognize the divine threads weaving through our lives, stitching together a pattern that is unfolding according to heaven's perfect design. Now, as you approach this sacred moment, that whisper is becoming clearer. The signs are no longer hidden. They are becoming undeniable. You've entered a season where the divine signal is amplifying, where the patterns are coming together to form a picture that makes sense. This is not just any ordinary shift. It is a spiritual awakening. Your spirit has been preparing for this moment for a long time, and heaven has been refining you, purifying you, and strengthening you so that you are ready to embrace the next chapter of your divine journey. This moment marks the end of one season and the beginning of another. The old struggles, the old doubts, and the old patterns of behavior no longer have a hold on you. This is your time to rise above them, to step into the fullness of what God has prepared for you. The spiritual shift that is unfolding in your life is profound. You may not fully understand the magnitude of this moment yet, but know that it is significant. Heaven has been preparing you for this exact hour. You are not here by accident. This moment is not random. You are being called to step into the divine purpose that has been waiting for you all along. The battles of the past, the struggles, the pain, they were all part of the process. The pressure, the waiting, and the feeling of being out of place were necessary to prepare you for this shift. Now the time has come for you to shed the old and embrace the new. The old battles will lose their power over you, and divine clarity will take its place. What once felt uncertain will now become clear. You will begin to see the bigger picture, and the journey ahead will feel less like a struggle and more like a divine flow. Heaven's purpose for you has always been there, waiting for you to step into it. The signs you've seen, the messages you've received, they were not just moments of randomness. They were divine markers guiding you toward the next phase of your spiritual journey. This shift is not something to fear. It is something to embrace. It is a shift from waiting to walking, from hoping to having. The clarity you have longed for is coming, and the peace you have been searching for will soon flood your spirit. You are ready. Heaven has prepared you. Now it's time to move forward. As you stand on the threshold of this divine moment, it's crucial to understand that you are entering a season of restoration. This is not just a moment of random chance or fleeting opportunity. It is the beginning of a spiritual renewal that will bring clarity to areas of your life that have long been clouded in uncertainty. The struggles you've faced, the waiting you've endured, and the battles you fought were all pieces of the divine preparation for this very hour. But now heaven is inviting you to step into something even more profound. You are being called to embrace a new season, one where restoration is not just a possibility, but a certainty if you will obey. This moment, this divine shift that is unfolding, is not merely a call for change, it is a call to restoration. Through obedience, you will be restored, elevated, and aligned with the divine clarity you've been seeking. But the key to stepping into this season of spiritual renewal is found in your response to the divine call. The instruction is clear before 19 p.m. You must open your heart, your spirit, and your mind to receive what heaven has been preparing for you. When you obey, when you surrender fully to God's timing, a shift will take place, a shift that cannot be undone. It will be a shift that will forever change your spiritual trajectory, leading you into a new season of alignment with heaven's purpose for your life. This is your divine moment, chosen one. The doors are open. Are you ready to walk through them? Obedience is the pathway to this restoration. The Bible speaks of obedience as a powerful act of faith. When we obey, we step into the fullness of what God has for us. We align ourselves with His will, and in doing so, we position ourselves for spiritual transformation. The restoration God has planned for you is waiting on the other side of your obedience. It is not merely a restoration of external circumstances, but of the very essence of who you are. The weariness you felt, the confusion you've experienced, the doubts that have clouded your heart, all of it will fade as you respond to this divine call. Restoration isn't just about the healing of your wounds, it is about the renewal of your spirit. This is a time to step into the clarity that God has been preparing you for. Your obedience will unlock it. This season of restoration is one that will elevate you spiritually, bringing you to a new level of understanding and alignment with God's plan for your life. No longer will you feel as if you are stumbling in the dark trying to find your way. Instead, the path will become clear, and the peace that comes with divine clarity will flow into your life. But first, you must choose to obey. Heaven is not asking for perfection, it is asking for your willingness. Will you respond in faith? Will you trust in the divine timing that is unfolding, even if it feels unsettling at times? Your obedience is the key to unlocking the restoration that God has promised. As you step into this new season of divine alignment, the old wounds that have plagued you will begin to lose their grip. The past shame, the regrets that have followed you like a shadow will no longer define you. Instead, they will be released, and in their place, God will bring renewal. You've carried these burdens for far too long, chosen one. You've allowed the weight of your past to influence your present, but now it's time to let go. The release is necessary for you to fully step into the new season that awaits. God has been preparing your heart, removing the old to make room for the new. Now it's time to trust in that process. The key to receiving this divine renewal is not in your emotions, but in your spiritual response. The enemy will try to sow doubt, trying to convince you that you are not worthy of the blessings God has prepared for you. He will whisper lies that keep you shackled to the past. But in this moment, you must rise above those lies. You must rise in faith and trust in God's timing. The release is a necessary part of your spiritual growth, and God is calling you to let go. It's important to understand that the renewal God wants to bring into your life is not just about external change, it is an internal transformation. You have been through seasons of struggle, of feeling unseen, of enduring hardships that seemed unfair. But through it all, heaven has been watching, and now your obedience will usher in a divine renewal that will change the course of your life. When you release the burdens of the past, your regrets, your fears, your doubts, God will fill you with a peace that surpasses understanding. It will be a peace that restores your soul, that clears the confusion, and that aligns your heart with His divine purpose. This peace is not a fleeting moment of comfort. It is a lasting peace that will remain with you even when challenges arise. This peace will become your anchor, your guiding light, and your testimony of God's faithfulness in your life. As you choose to obey, something powerful will happen within you. You may not hear thunder or see flashes of lightning. There may not be an outward sign of the shift that is taking place, but you will feel it. You will feel the peace flood your soul, washing away the tension, the anxiety, and the uncertainty. That quiet inner peace will be the confirmation that you are on the right path, that you are aligned with heaven's timing. It will be a peace that settles deep within you, anchoring your spirit in the knowledge that you are exactly where you need to be. This peace will bring clarity, allowing you to see things as they truly are. The confusion that once clouded your vision will clear, and you will be able to walk forward with a renewed sense of purpose and direction. You see, obedience is not about forcing something to happen, it is about surrendering to the divine flow of God's will. When you obey, you are stepping into alignment with heaven's rhythm. You are no longer striving, no longer pushing against the current. Instead, you are flowing with it, allowing God to move through you and guide you. This is not a passive surrender. It is an active choice to trust, to let go, and to allow God's plan to unfold in your life. When you surrender, you open the door for God to work in your life in ways that you never imagined possible. The peace you feel now is a direct result of your obedience. It is the calm that follows the storm. It is the clarity that comes after the confusion. And it is the peace that will continue to guide you as you step into the new season that God has prepared for you. In this moment of surrender, heaven is releasing something powerful into your life. You may not see it yet, but it is already happening. The shift is occurring, and you are being aligned with God's perfect will. Your obedience is the catalyst for this divine transformation, and the peace you feel now is a direct result of that obedience. Trust in this process. Trust that God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating every detail of your life and guiding you into the fulfillment of His promises. This is your time. This is your moment. Step into it with faith, with surrender, and with the confidence that the peace you feel now is only the beginning of the divine transformation that is unfolding in your life. As you stand on the edge of this divine moment, it's crucial to recognize something profound. You chosen one have walked through a deep and often painful spiritual journey. It hasn't been easy. It's been filled with challenges, heartache, and moments where you thought you couldn't go any further. There have been tears nights filled with unanswered prayers and moments when you felt completely broken, wondering if you would ever see the breakthrough you longed for. Yet through it all, God has been with you. Every single step you've taken, no matter how small, no matter how seemingly insignificant, has been part of a greater plan. Each struggle, each tear, each unanswered prayer has been building toward this exact moment. You have been prepared for such a time as this. In the moments of hardship, you might have questioned why things were so difficult. You may have asked, "Why me? Why is this journey so hard?" But now, as you stand on the cusp of a breakthrough, you can see the bigger picture. Every hardship, every delay, and every struggle has served a divine purpose. God was using each of those moments to prepare you to build strength and to refine your spirit. And now, as you look ahead, the confusion and uncertainty that once clouded your mind are beginning to dissolve. Peace is beginning to replace that turmoil, and clarity is taking the place of the hesitation that once held you back. This is the culmination of your spiritual journey, chosen one. What once seemed like a series of chaotic, disconnected events is now coming into alignment, and you are stepping into a moment of profound breakthrough. It's important to understand that the struggle you faced was never a sign of defeat. Rather, it was part of your preparation for this divine moment. God doesn't waste pain. Every tear you shed watered the ground for the harvest that is now upon you. The things you've been through, the battles you fought, were necessary to build you into the person who is ready to walk in the divine purpose God has for you. Without those struggles, you wouldn't have the strength, the wisdom, or the resilience to step into the next season of your life. Every hardship has been part of a process, and now that process is coming to fruition. Now, as you step into this new season, know this: you are no longer walking in confusion. The old struggles, the doubts, and the uncertainty that once overshadowed you are fading away. You are aligning with heaven's divine purpose for your life, and the path ahead is becoming clear. This is your moment, chosen one. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. This is not just a coincidence, it is divine timing. You are right on a schedule, and every moment of waiting, every season of struggle has led you to this point. Trust that the timing is perfect. You have been prepared, and now the doors are opening to you. You are no longer walking in the wilderness of confusion. You are stepping into the promised land of clarity, purpose, and divine alignment. As you move forward, I want to remind you that this moment is sacred. The time between now and 9:00 p.m. is not just another fleeting moment. It is a sacred space where you have the opportunity to pause, reflect, and ready yourself spiritually for what is about to unfold. Heaven is not asking you to perform or strive. God is not looking for perfection. What He is seeking from you in this moment is readiness. Will you open your heart fully to what He has prepared for you? Will you align your spirit with His divine will and surrender to His perfect timing? This is not the time for hesitation or doubt. This is the time for quiet obedience. The world may be loud and full of distractions, but in this sacred moment, you are being called to rest in the presence of God. This is a time to breathe deeply, to reflect on all that God has done for you, and to prepare for the divine release that is coming. Heaven is not rushing you. There is no hurry, no pressure. This moment is about surrender. It's about trusting God's timing and being willing to accept what He has for you. The promises you have been waiting for, the breakthroughs you've been praying for, are about to manifest. But they will only come when you align with God's divine will and trust in His perfect timing. This period between now and 9:00 p.m. is a time of stillness, a time to quiet the noise of the world and tune into the still small voice of God. It's not a time for frantic activity or anxious striving. It's a time for listening. It's a time for surrender. You are being invited to let go of any control, to release any doubt, and to open your heart fully to the divine purpose that is about to unfold in your life. Your obedience in this moment will unlock the fullness of what God has planned for you. The doors that have been closed will open. The blessings you have been waiting for will be released. But it all starts with your willingness to align with God's will and trust in His timing. Heaven has been preparing you for this moment. Your obedience is the final piece that will unlock the shift. It's not about rushing through this time, but rather about resting in it, reflecting on the journey that has brought you here, and being ready to move when God says it's time. This is a moment of divine synchronization. You are about to step into the manifestation of all the prayers, all the tears, and all the waiting. The peace you feel now is not a coincidence, it is a confirmation. You are exactly where you need to be, and everything is aligning for your breakthrough. So as you stand in this sacred space, know that God is not asking for perfection. He is asking for your obedience. He is asking for your willingness to trust Him fully and to surrender your heart to His divine will. This moment is the turning point, the hinge between the old season and the new. When you surrender to this divine alignment, peace will flood your soul, clarity will replace confusion, and the breakthrough you have been waiting for will finally come. This is your moment, chosen one. Step into it with faith, with trust, and with a heart open to God's divine will. The time has come. Your breakthrough is near. As you stand at the threshold of this sacred moment, the fulfillment of God's promises is closer than ever. The peace you are feeling right now is not just a fleeting emotion. It is heaven's confirmation that you have stepped into alignment with God's divine will. The weight of the journey, the struggles you have faced, the delays you have endured, these were not in vain. They were part of the preparation, part of God's careful orchestration to bring you exactly to this point. You have been obedient, and now heaven is responding. The peace you are experiencing is a direct result of that obedience. It is the calm before the breakthrough, the stillness before the storm of blessings that is about to unfold. God's timing is never late. It may have seemed like you were waiting forever, that the answers were always just out of reach. But as you look back, you will see that every moment of waiting was necessary. It was in the waiting that God was preparing your heart, refining your spirit, and positioning you for the breakthrough that is now at hand. Every delay, every challenge, and every unanswered prayer was part of His perfect timing. Heaven was never silent. It was working behind the scenes, aligning the pieces of your life so that everything would come together at the perfect moment. And now that moment has arrived. Now it is time to embrace the shift. The transition you've been waiting for is here. This is your moment of divine release. You are about to step from waiting into walking, from hoping into having. The doors that have been closed to you will suddenly swing wide open. The breakthrough you've been praying for, the promises you've been holding on to, are finally about to manifest. But in order to fully step into this new season, you must embrace the change. You must be ready to walk through the doors that God is opening for you. This is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of a new season, one that aligns perfectly with heaven's will for your life. The road ahead will not always be easy, but it will be filled with purpose. You are stepping into a season where divine purpose unfolds in ways that you never imagined. This is your time to shine, to rise above the struggles, and to embrace the fullness of God's plan for you. Everything you have experienced so far, the waiting, the battles, the challenges, has been leading you here to this very moment. And now you are about to walk into the fulfillment of everything God has promised you. The shift is not just a change in circumstances. It is a divine alignment that will set the course for your future. You are being positioned for greatness, for influence, and for the manifestation of God's promises in your life. In this sacred moment, I urge you to open your heart fully to what God is doing in your life. The time is now. Heaven is releasing something powerful, and your obedience has set the stage for this moment. Before 9:00 p.m. tonight, open your heart, your mind, and your spirit to receive the breakthrough that is coming. Trust that God's timing is perfect, that everything you've been through was preparation for this very moment. You are not here by accident. You are here because you were chosen for this moment of divine release. As you step into this divine shift, I encourage you to take a step of faith. Affirm your readiness and alignment with what God is doing in your life. Don't hold back. Respond with a simple act of faith, whether that be through prayer, meditation, or declaring your readiness publicly. I encourage you to comment, "I am ready," or "I trust God's timing," to signify your alignment with this divine shift. These words are not just empty phrases. They are declarations that you are stepping into the fullness of God's purpose for your life. By speaking these words, you are partnering with heaven, affirming that you are ready to receive everything God has promised you. Remember, this is not just a moment of passive waiting. It is a moment of active participation. Your faith, your obedience, and your willingness to trust God's timing will open the doors to the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Every act of faith, no matter how small, is a step toward the fulfillment of God's promises. You have been faithful, you have endured, and now you are about to walk into the season of fulfillment. The gates of heaven are open, and you are about to step into your destiny. So, chosen one, embrace this moment with faith, with peace, and with trust in God's perfect timing. Your journey has led you here, and now it is time to walk boldly into the future that God has prepared for you. The waiting is over. The shift is here. Step into the fullness of God's promises, knowing that you are aligned with His will and ready to receive everything He has in store for you. Your breakthrough is here. Your purpose is unfolding. And heaven is rejoicing as you step into the divine alignment that has been prepared for you.